Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're talking about one of the most intriguing finds in modern American coinage, the 1971 D Washington quarter. That's right, a common-looking coin that might just be worth a fortune. Believe it or not, certain 1971 D quarters can fetch up to $1.9 million on the market today. But before you start digging through your coin jar, let's break down what makes this quarter so special, what to look for, and how you can determine if yours might be worth a fortune. To start, the Washington quarter we're talking about was minted in 1971 at the Denver Mint, which is why it has the D Mint mark. Now, you might wonder, what's so special about this quarter? After all, millions were produced, making it a very common coin, right? That's right. In 1971, the Denver Mint struck about 258 million quarters. So, on the surface, this seems like any other common coin from the 70s. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these quarters have unique errors and specific conditions that make them incredibly rare. For coin collectors, it's all about these specific error coins and their grading. So, let's break down some of the features that can make a regular quarter skyrocket in value. One of the main things collectors look for in the 1971 D quarter is minting errors. Some of the most valuable errors include double die errors, which are especially popular with collectors. A double die error is when the coin's design is accidentally struck more than once, giving certain details a doubled appearance. These doubled areas are usually visible on the coin's lettering, like the word Liberty or In God We Trust, and on the date itself. Quarters with clear and prominent doubling can be worth hundreds, even thousands, depending on the clarity and the condition of the coin. High-grade 1971 D quarters and their value. Host. Now, another factor that dramatically increases a 1971 D quarter's value is its grade. This refers to how pristine the coin is, usually on a scale from poor to mint state. Coins that are graded in mint state conditions, especially those reaching MS 65 and above, are extremely rare. In fact, the record-breaking $1.9 million 1971 D quarter we mentioned earlier, it achieved this insane price because it was graded at an incredible MS 68, an extraordinarily high grade for this year and mint. Why's that? Well, in 1971, the Denver Mint's quality control wasn't as tight as it is today, meaning very few of these quarters were produced in high quality. Over time, most have been worn down from circulation, so finding one in top-notch condition is like hitting the jackpot. So, you're probably wondering how you can tell if your 1971 D quarter is worth serious money. Here are a few steps to help you spot a potential gem. First, always check for the D Mint mark on the coin, which is located just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the coin's obverse side. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia and won't be the coin we're talking about here. Next, closely examine your coin with a magnifying glass to look for any signs of doubling, especially on the lettering and numbers. Then, assess the coin's overall condition. For a coin to reach that high value, it needs to be in almost perfect condition. Coins that have sharp, clear details with no scratches or blemishes will be graded higher, which could make a big difference in price. Once you think you've found a high-quality 1971 D quarter, consider getting it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. This will give you a verified grade, which could increase its value if it's in excellent condition. Grading can be an investment, but it's often worth it if you have a rare and valuable find. Let's talk market trends. Right now, high-grade 1971 D quarters can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the grade and any. Although the $1.9 million sale was an extraordinary case, 1971 D quarters in mint state condition can regularly sell in the hundreds or thousands, especially if they're graded MS 65 or higher. So, there you have it. That 1971 D quarter you have lying around might just be a hidden gem. If you find one in pristine condition or with any unique minting errors, it could be worth way more than 25 cents. Be sure to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more on rare coins and currency. Who knows? The next rare coin could be hiding right in your pocket. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a focus on the 1977 D Washington quarter. This seemingly ordinary quarter has taken the collecting world by storm, with some rare examples reportedly valued at over $1.8 million. But what's so special about this quarter? Why is it so valuable, and how can you tell if you have a rare one? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the basics of the Washington Quarter series. Washington quarters were first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, these quarters have become a mainstay in U.S. currency, circulating for nearly a century. By 1977, millions of quarters had been minted, and the Washington quarter was already a staple in American coinage. The quarter we're focusing on today is the 1977 D Washington quarter, produced at the Denver Mint. In 1977, around 256 million of these quarters were minted with the D mint mark, so at first glance, it might seem like there's nothing particularly special about this coin. So why is this coin getting so much attention from collectors? Now, let's break down the factors that contribute to the value of the 1977 D Washington quarter. First, there's a big difference between standard quarters and those that are highly graded or have unique errors. For collectors, condition is everything, and a coin's value can jump significantly based on its grade and any unique characteristics it may have. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. The highest possible grade is MS 70, meaning mint state, which indicates a coin is in flawless condition with no scratches or wear. The closer a coin is to MS 70, the higher its value. Even a slight difference in grade, such as MS 65 to MS 66, can mean thousands of dollars in added value. As of now, the highest known grade for a 1977 D Washington quarter is MS 68, which is near perfect. There are very few 1977 D quarters in this condition, which makes them incredibly rare and desirable among collectors. That rarity, combined with the high grade, drives up the market price. In addition to high-grade coins, there's another category that attracts huge interest: error coins. Mint errors occur during the manufacturing process and can result in unique variations. Common errors that can affect value include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, and clashing dies. A major error on a 1977 D Washington quarter could make it one of a kind. Imagine finding a 1977 D Washington quarter with a significant error, like a double die or a misaligned strike. These types of errors make coins more valuable because they're rare, and collectors love these unique pieces. Even minor errors can increase the value significantly, but major errors can make the coin worth thousands or even more. Let's look at a real-life example. In recent auctions, 1977 D quarters with high grades or significant errors have fetched unbelievable prices. In fact, one MS 68 graded 1977 D Washington quarter sold for over $1.8 million. That's right, over $1 million for a single quarter. While these coins are extraordinarily rare, it's worth checking your collection because you never know if you have a hidden gem. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1977 D Washington quarter is worth serious money? Here are some steps you can take to identify and potentially grade your coin. First, check for the D mint mark, which should be on the front side, just above the date. Only quarters with the D mint mark from Denver are relevant to this specific valuation. Examine the coin carefully for any signs of wear, scratches, or damage. The less wear, the higher the grade it could potentially receive. Check for any signs of errors, such as double die markings, off-center strikes, or any other irregularities. A magnifying glass or loupe can help you see details more clearly. If your coin looks to be in great condition or has unique characteristics, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. professional grading can help confirm its condition and increase its market value. The coin market is constantly evolving, and demand for rare quarters has surged in recent years. With the recent buzz around the 1977 D quarter, there's high demand for both top-grade coins and error coins. As of now, a 1977 D quarter in a mid to high grade, without errors, might sell for anywhere between $100 to several $1,000s depending on its grade. However, if you happen to have a 1977 D quarter with an MS-68 grade, or one with a significant mint error, that's where the real money is. It could be worth hundreds of thousands or even reach that $1.8 million mark we've seen at auction. So, if you have a 1977 D Washington quarter, take a close look. You never know if that quarter lying around in a drawer or coin jar could be worth a small fortune. Remember, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, knowledge is key in coin collecting. And hey, maybe today's find will be tomorrow's treasure. We're diving into an exciting topic for coin collectors and investors alike. Could you imagine a 1980 P Washington quarter worth over $1 million? That's right. There's a lot of buzz around these coins lately, with some reaching jaw-dropping prices at auction. Today, we'll break down why these quarters are so valuable, how to identify if you have one, and what the current market conditions are that could make these quarters worth as much as $1.7 million. Let's jump in. To get started, let's talk a little about the Washington quarter itself. This coin series started in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. The Washington quarter has been in production for decades, but not every year or mint mark is created equal. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins, marked with the letter P just below Washington's neck, but here's the twist: not every 1980 P quarter is worth a fortune. Many are just your typical circulated quarters that are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, some very rare errors and unique varieties have turned a few of these ordinary-looking quarters into high-value collectibles. So, what's the secret behind a 1980 P Washington quarter that could fetch upwards of $1.7 million? Let's break down the key factors: mint errors and varieties. The coin world loves errors. In 1980, there were a few interesting misprints and mistakes that left the mint. For example, double die errors, where the image or lettering appears twice due to a doubling process during minting, are incredibly valuable. Another error is called the off-center error, where part of the design is missing or misplaced. Coins with a noticeable off-center design can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the extent of the error. High-grade condition, MS, mint state, grades. The grading system for coins goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being flawless. Coins that are in mint state, MS, condition, especially if they're graded MS-68 or higher, are super rare. A 1980 P quarter in such a high grade could indeed be worth thousands, or even millions, if it's one of the very few that has been preserved in pristine condition. The reason these grades are so valuable is that most coins go into circulation and get worn down over time. Finding a 1980 P quarter that's been preserved perfectly is like finding a needle in a haystack. So, if you're thinking of going through your spare change, here are some steps to help you identify if you have a valuable 1980 P Washington quarter. Look for the mint mark. Make sure you're looking at a coin with a P mint mark on the obverse side, just below Washington's neck. This confirms it was made at the Philadelphia Mint in 1980. Examine the coin for errors using a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Look closely for any doubling of the date, the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. This might indicate a double die error. Check if the coin is off-center, which can range from slight misalignments to dramatic shifts. Assess the coin's condition. Mint state grades are the ones collectors want most. If your coin shows minimal wear or even appears flawless, it's worth sending it to a professional grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, for a certified grade. Now let's talk money. Why is the 1980 P quarter getting so much attention now, and what are the current market trends? Rare coin market boom. Over the past few years, the market for rare coins has been booming. With the rise of online auctions and a growing interest in collectibles, people are willing to pay big bucks for unique and rare coins. The demand is high, and prices have skyrocketed for high-grade quarters and those with rare errors. Recent auction sales: a high-grade 1980 Washington quarter in MS-68 or MS-69 condition recently sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. The buzz surrounding the potential for some coins to reach prices close to $1.7 million has gotten collectors and investors excited. It's important to remember, though, that these ultra-high prices are for only the best preserved coins in the rarest condition and those with unique, attention-grabbing mint errors. So, if you have a 1980 Washington quarter that appears valuable, you might wonder, should you sell now or hold on to it? Here are some things to consider. Sell now if you need quick cash. The current coin market is strong, and prices are high. If you want to capitalize on that, now might be the perfect time to sell. Contact a reputable dealer or use a trusted auction site to get a fair price. Hold for future gains. Alternatively, you may want to hold on to your coin if you think the market will continue to grow. Coins like the 1980 Washington quarter are gaining recognition as blue-chip collectibles, meaning they could increase in value even more over time. So there you have it. The 1980 Washington quarter might just be worth more than you ever imagined, especially if you've got a rare error or an ultra-high-grade specimen. While not every coin will fetch millions, it's definitely worth checking out your quarters closely. Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just someone who likes searching for hidden treasures, it's always exciting to find out the true value of what's hiding in your change jar. So, grab those quarters, get out the magnifying glass, and who knows? Maybe you'll strike it big with a 1980 Washington quarter worth $1.7 million. We're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coins and exploring the incredible value behind certain 1981 quarters, some of which have been appraised for up to $1.6 million. If you're a coin collector, or just curious about what's in your pocket change, stay tuned because we're about to cover everything you need to know about the 1981 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932. Originally introduced to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, it's become a lasting part of American coinage. But as with many coins, slight differences and errors can make certain quarters extremely valuable. The 1981 Washington quarter is no exception, with some rare versions becoming prized collector's items. So, what makes the 1981 Washington quarter special? Well, at first glance, it might look like any other quarter. The coin features George Washington on the front, or obverse side, and a bald eagle on the reverse. These quarters were minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, and San Francisco, S. But some variations have features that make them extremely valuable. Voiceover. Now, let's get into the details. In coin collecting, errors or unusual variations often make a coin more valuable. For the 1981 quarter, collectors seek out coins with rare errors, like double dies or misprints. For example, a double die error is when the coin's design is stamped twice by accident, creating a doubling effect on the lettering or design. While these errors are rare, they can fetch a high price in the collector's market. One specific variety of the 1981 Washington quarter that is highly sought after is the 1981 S-proof Type II quarter. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced 2 types of proof quarters with different S mint marks. Type I has a filled S mint mark, while Type II has a clearer, more distinct S mint mark. It's the Type II coins that are rare and can be worth thousands of dollars, even in circulated condition. As of today, the typical value for a standard 1981 quarter in circulated condition is around 25 to 50 cents. However, if you find an uncirculated or proof coin, its value can rise to several dollars. But, for the 1981 S-Type II proof quarter, values have skyrocketed. At a recent auction, one such coin in perfect condition fetched an unbelievable price of over $1.6 million. This has made it one of the most valuable Washington quarters in existence. #So, how do you tell if your 1981 quarter might be worth a small fortune? First, check the mint mark. If your coin has an S mint mark, you could have a proof quarter. Then, look closely at the S. If it's sharp and clear, you might have a Type 2 proof quarter, which could be worth thousands, or even more if it's in excellent condition. While the 1981 S Type 2 is a star among quarters, other rare quarters from different years and with different error types can also be quite valuable. If you're interested in coin collecting, it's worth investing in a magnifying glass or microscope to help you spot these small details that could mean big money. If you're just starting out, look for reputable resources to help you understand coin grading, which plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Websites like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, offer excellent guides and services. And if you think you've found a valuable coin, consider getting it professionally graded before selling it on platforms like eBay or heritage auctions. Remember, not every 1981 quarter will make you rich, but with a little patience and a sharp eye, you could find a gem hiding in plain sight. So, the next time you're going through your change, take a closer look. You might just be holding on to a piece of history worth a fortune. We're diving into one of the hottest topics among coin collectors, the 1988 D Washington quarter. Yes, that's right, a humble 25-cent piece that has reached staggering values of up to $1.5 million in some cases. But what makes this coin so valuable? And is yours worth the same fortune? Let's start with a bit of background on the Washington quarter. This coin series first appeared in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and it has remained in production since. The 1988 D Washington quarter, minted in Denver, holds a fascinating place in this history, but it wasn't initially thought of as rare or unique. In 1988, the Denver Mint produced millions of quarters. They weren't crafted from silver, as older Washington quarters had been, but rather from a copper-nickel clad. The quarter was made for circulation, meaning it was meant for everyday use and not as a collectible. So, why is it now considered one of the most valuable coins? Alright, here's where it gets interesting. The 1988 D quarter doesn't have inherent value due to precious metals or historical rarity, like coins from the early 1900s might. Instead, its value is tied to unique and incredibly rare errors on certain specimens that make them exceptionally desirable to collectors. There are three types of errors you want to look for on a 1988 D Washington quarter that could indicate a higher value: double die errors. If you see any doubling on the date or letters, like on Liberty or In God We Trust, that's a big sign. This type of mint error often raises the value by thousands, sometimes even millions, depending on the clarity and extent of the doubling. Off-center strikes, coins struck off-center, where the design isn't aligned, are valuable. Off-center errors are especially valuable when 5 to 15% of the coin's design is off, mismatched die pairs or wrong planchet errors. Occasionally, the Denver Mint accidentally struck quarters on nickel or other planchets used for different coins. This rare mistake can make your coin extremely valuable. Now, let's talk about the part you've been waiting for, the actual market value of these rare 1988 D quarters. If you've got one with these specific errors in excellent condition, it could be worth serious money. In fact, one specific 1988 D Washington quarter in top-notch condition with a significant mint error recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. These prices can vary dramatically based on the error type, the overall condition or grade of the coin, and the coin's provenance. Grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, assess coins to determine the value more accurately, taking any mint errors into account. A coin graded at MS 65 or above, especially with one of the rare errors, is much more likely to fetch a high price at auction. So, how can you find out if your 1988 D quarter is worth millions? First, grab a magnifying glass or loupe. Check the coin carefully for any doubling on letters or numbers. Look for unusual features or off-center strikes. And if you see anything strange, don't try to clean or alter the coin, leave it as is. The next step is getting it graded. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC will certify your coin's authenticity and give it a grade, which can help increase its value. A coin graded at MS-63 or above is considered in excellent condition and will command a higher price. However, most 1988D quarters without mint errors will still only be worth 25 cents, so make sure you're looking for those special features. Now, is every 1988D quarter worth $1.5 million? Not quite. Only quarters with the rare errors and in excellent condition fetch high prices, and the $1.5 million mark is the result of an exceptional sale. In reality, most error-free 1988D quarters are worth their face value. However, coins with smaller, minor errors can sell anywhere from $50 to $500, and high-quality pieces with significant errors could reach up to thousands. That being said, there is no harm in checking, especially if you come across an error. Just remember, the thrill is in the hunt, and every coin tells a story. Some are just more valuable than others. Collecting coins is a mix of skill, knowledge, and a bit of luck. So if you've got a 1988D quarter, take a close look, you might just have a hidden treasure. Thanks for joining us for today's deep dive into the 1988D Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries and collectible insights. Let us know in the comments if you've checked your quarters or if you found any interesting coins recently. We're talking about the 1991 Washington quarter, yes, a regular quarter minted in Philadelphia, but there's a catch. Some of these coins are turning heads and selling for jaw-dropping prices, with one rumored to have sold for as much as $1.5 million. Stick around, and let's uncover what makes this coin so special and whether yours could be worth a fortune. Let's start with some background on the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter has been around since 1932, and for most people, it's just another coin. But every so often, a quarter from a seemingly ordinary year gains unique collector value. 1991 may not be known for particularly rare coins, but certain factors have made the 1991 quarter from the Philadelphia Mint stand out. Alright, so what's the big deal with the 1991 Washington Quarter? Usually, this quarter is common in circulation. However, there are a few rare minting errors and high-quality condition coins that set them apart. Let's break it down. First up, let's talk about errors. While rare, some 1991 quarters have left the mint with errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and even a unique, clipped planchet error where part of the coin is missing due to a flaw during the minting process. Error coins like these can sell for hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars to the right collector. Each error is unique, which makes them highly collectible. Next, we have high-grade coins. Grading is super important in the coin world. Most quarters from circulation are graded well below MS-60. But if you find a 1991 quarter in an ultra-high grade, like MS-68 or above, it can become extremely valuable. These quarters have sharp details, flawless surfaces, and brilliant luster, almost like they were minted yesterday. A perfect MS-70 coin, which is the highest grade, would be practically unheard of and could reach record-breaking prices. So, why are some people saying the 1991 Washington quarter is worth over $1 million? Well, in the coin world, rarity and condition drive demand and value. Most 1991 quarters are worth face value or a little more, but when they're in top condition or feature rare errors, they enter a whole new ballpark. Recently, a few exceptional 1991 Washington quarters have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. One rumor in the collecting world suggests a sale hit a whopping $1.5 million. Now, I'll note that finding verified records of this specific sale is challenging, and it might be more of an estimated or unconfirmed report. However, some extremely high-grade versions of this coin, especially those with error features, have definitely sold for impressive sums. For example, an MS 68 1991 P quarter could easily fetch thousands. At the moment, the 1991 P quarter's average value is relatively low unless you have a certified high-grade or error coin. Regular circulated quarters usually sell for between 25 cents and a few dollars on average, depending on the condition. But collectors and investors always have their eyes open for rarities, and as demand for high-quality coins grows, the potential market value of top-condition quarters like these only increases. How to tell if your 1991 P quarter is worth big money? Wondering if your 1991 P quarter is worth a small fortune? Here's a quick guide to checking if you have a valuable one. Examine your coin carefully under a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check for any visible errors like doubling in the lettering, an off-center strike, or any unusual markings or flaws. These unique characteristics can instantly raise your coin's value. Is the coin in mint condition, or does it show wear? Coins with minimal wear and high luster are often more valuable, especially if they're graded as MS 68 or higher. If you believe you have a high-quality or error 1991 P quarter, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Graded coins with a certification are trusted by collectors and can sell for much higher prices. Is the 1991 P Washington quarter worth keeping? So, is it worth holding on to that 1991 P quarter you found in your pocket? Well, if you spot an error or if the coin is in nearly perfect condition, it could be worth more than you think. And as we've seen, the coin collecting market can surprise us with incredible sales, especially for rare finds. Keep checking your change, and you just might have a valuable 1991 P Washington quarter in your collection. Video, we're diving into the story of the 1994 D Washington quarter, a simple coin with a staggering price tag. Some collectors are willing to pay up to $1.4 million for this little piece of metal. But what makes it so special? Let's find out. Alright, let's start with some background. The 1994 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Now, while millions of Washington quarters were produced every year, certain features make specific coins exceptionally valuable. Some quarters hold rare errors or minting quirks, and for collectors, these small details can make a massive difference in value. So, why 1994? Well, in this year, only a few coins met some extremely unusual conditions, resulting in a small batch of exceptionally well-preserved quarters. Not all 1994 quarters are valuable, but some stand out due to exceptional condition, unique features, or flaws. Now, let's get to the fun part. How did a quarter, the same coin that buys you almost nothing these days, come to be worth over $1 million? Well, when it comes to rare coins, condition is everything. Grading agencies like the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, evaluate coins on a scale. The highest grade, Mint State 70, is almost impossible to achieve, but for those that do, the value skyrockets. A 1994 D quarter graded at Mint State 70, with no imperfections, sharp details, and full original luster, is the kind of rarity that collectors dream about. Even quarters graded slightly lower, at MS 69, can still be incredibly valuable. That's because such coins are almost perfect, making them sought-after pieces in any serious collection. Think of it this way, out of millions of quarters, only a handful meet these stringent grading standards. And out of those, an even smaller number are from the Denver Mint, with that coveted 1994 D marking. So, how can you tell if you're holding on to a valuable 1994 D quarter? First, look for the D Mint mark, which should be located on the lower right side of George Washington's portrait, just under the word Liberty. Then, carefully examine the coin's overall condition. If you spot any scratches, dings, or signs of wear, the coin likely won't reach those top grading levels. But if it appears almost untouched, you might be onto something. Also, if you think your 1994 D quarter might be in excellent condition, you may want to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS. It's a small investment, but it could potentially lead to a huge payday if your coin comes back with a high grade. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping value of these coins. In recent years, top-quality 1994D quarters have sold for hundreds of thousands, even up to $1.4 million. This is due to a combination of rarity, condition, and demand from elite collectors. In 2021, a pristine 1994D quarter graded MS-70 shattered records when it sold for a record amount. This sale sparked massive interest, and prices for similar high-grade quarters continue to rise on the open market. This high valuation also reflects a growing market trend in rare and collectible coins, with more people turning to numismatics as a form of investment. And as these coins get more attention, their value continues to rise, so the 1994D quarter may become even more desirable in the years to come. So, are you thinking of diving into coin collecting yourself? Here are some quick tips. First, research and learn the basics of coin grading. Knowing what collectors and grading agencies look for will help you identify a valuable coin. Second, protect your collection. Store coins in protective cases to maintain their condition, as any wear can significantly reduce their value. And third, keep an eye on the market. Values can fluctuate, so having a sense of the latest trends can help you make the right decisions when buying or selling. We're diving into a hidden gem of numismatics, the 1999 P. Washington $quarter coin. You might have one of these in your pocket, but did you know that some of them are worth an astonishing $1.3 million? Stick around as we uncover the story, rarity, and market value of this incredible coin. First, let's talk about what makes the 1999 P. Washington quarter unique. This coin is part of the 50-state quarters program, which was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. Each quarter features a unique design representing one of the 50 states. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1999 P quarter, which features George Washington on the obverse and the design of New Jersey's state emblem on the reverse. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of rarity. The 1999 P. Washington quarter was minted in significant quantities, with over 1.5 billion produced that year. But not all coins are created equal. The ones we're really interested in are those that display the spitting eagle error. This error occurs when a die clash creates a small speck of metal that appears to be spitting from the eagle's mouth on the reverse side. This anomaly has caught the eye of collectors, driving up the value of these quarters. So, what's the current market value? The value of a typical 1999 P quarter is around 25 cents, which is standard for most circulating coins. However, the spitting eagle variant can fetch up to $1.3 million, depending on its condition and authenticity. In fact, several of these rare quarters have sold at auction for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and one lucky collector even sold their pristine specimen for an astounding $1.3 million. This value showcases the dynamic nature of coin collecting and how rarity can translate into big bucks. So, how can you identify a spitting eagle quarter? First, you'll want to look closely at the eagle on the reverse side of the coin. 1. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the area around the eagle's beak. Look for that small, raised dot of metal. 2. Check the overall condition of the coin. Coins that are in mint condition can fetch a higher price. 3. Finally, consider having your coin professionally appraised. A certified coin dealer can help you determine its value. For those of you interested in coin collecting, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Always store your coins properly. Use coin holders or albums that prevent tarnishing. Keep an eye on the market. Coin values can fluctuate, so stay informed about trends. Join a local or online coin collecting group. Connecting with other collectors can provide valuable insights and opportunities. In conclusion, the 1999 P. Washington $quarter can be a gateway to exploring the exciting world of coin collecting. If you happen to have one of these quarters, take a closer look. You might just be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more exciting content, and share your coin collecting stories in the comments below. Until next time, keep searching for those hidden treasures.